Arrive here in Nkwanta and you are met with a fast developing district. But behind this success story lies the harrowing truth of young girls being forced into marriage. Located in Nkwanta South District in the north of the Volta region, cultures differ as many have come to settle from various places, hence the name Nkwanta, meaning junction. Hundreds of girls are enrolled in schools, but many others in towns like Keri, Pawai and Abrewanko are also married off early. Naomi is 17. She's been married to 30-year-old Jijonu for 5 years with 2 children. She claims she's happily married, but shy to talk about it. In Cynthia's case, she escaped, was recaptured, but escaped again when she was 13. Now 25, she is never to return home because a belief in their custom states that any girl who escapes from marriage will die if she ever steps foot on home soil. 15 million girls marry before the age of 18 years, according to a UNICEF report last year. In the Nkwanta South District, girls as little as 7, 11 and 13 are betrothed into marriage. Sheikh Alhaji Amara is the chief imam of the Nkwanta district. In his position, he officiates almost every marriage ceremony in the Muslim community. Mintia say ebia yemfa ne say obi wo ho na say me wo ho na say o baby young girl na say mitimi wa mpese me ware na mitimi aware na ntisa etisa ubetimi aware na nso ewo nhyehyɛ a wone opapa anasa awofo bɛyɛ na ntiase aba muntem sɛ ntiase aba wone awofo no muntem a ɔdan 7 years kora wetimi aware no sɛ wotimi etua ne tiso ade wakɔyɛ ne tiso ade a emrakɔ wa da ne weyere no nti saa tam no wobetimi akyerɛ awofo no sɛ sɛ de me sra mo sɛ me mfa me yere no e de akosi me hɔ ebia tafro wono ɔmo mboyɛ nhyehyɛ sɛ akora na obekɔ school anasa obesua agema anasa obɛ bibise school so a obekɔ no ɛyɛ wo dim na yɛbɛkyerɛ hɔ ana school so obama master and teachers for awu sɛ asamasi wɔ ɔba awaware wata ware fie sɛ agema so a obɛ no bɛkɔ agema so a obama master no awu sɛ me a mede asamasi aba me yere no saa tam no wobɛnya awofo baako bi ɛde aka wo na ɔno so a yɛda nsɛ ama na agema na anasɛ na school mo ugusu here no so sa kopem tam de onkasa obegusu asamasi adrutan de mene no yebeye sumna ufie no oba start sa adwuma yi wa dru se na oba onduru no enwa no na sanyemedum na wayesa head anasa period anasa ko finchire ufie mu a onkasa wa ho se de mere de wanyi satam no ese wono no yede eye sumna eye woyere ti aware bi sa no ebi wa hre bi so wo krum ha bebre ya sra bi bebre enya ba kwa nyem yuri ya sra sa aware bebre ebirum kura omo ebirum de ewo school wo nkran ebirum de ewo tamale o ko school ebirum de ewo togo mu e ko school bebre ebirum de omo de e da akwa abutre e be to say ni pati say 7 and I say 8
na waware since I'll be here chief imam waware 7 and 8
sa nkoda woka omo asen enye mpanifo enye de omo asisu no
sankola no omo obe say infia
ebinumu wo 10 years ebinumu wo 11 years ebinumu wo 9 years ebinumu wo 8 years sena ye esom ekre ye prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam ekre ne kwan so authority anase mo hujja ami be ka kire se me no ye concern Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam prophet ya waro oba a ifo say Aisha ed ama ono concern Muhammad 7 years born 7 years ena ya ware oba no ed ama ye prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam oho papa no nchai na papa akora na atena sa ama ne pro da start ena wone no start sunna ena sa oba no agide fo nyina mba onna waye omo pani
inshallah min jaya nde min jaya ochina na Ghana mra de mikita no pintin min fum Ghana mra ena me come say na say me Islam mra so min fum so inshallah rahman.
We've received a lot of education with regards to Islam's stand on the marriage of young ladies. Now, as Chief Imam Alhaji Almara has explained to us, there is no way that they are going to move away from this practice because it is sanctioned by the Prophet Muhammad, may his soul rest in perfect peace. And therefore, this is something that may continue in the Muslim community for time to come. Customarily, men wishing to marry from one family are expected to present another girl from their family for marriage, no matter how young, before being granted permission to marry their desired wife.
What is prevailing seriously now among mostly the Kokumbas and quite recently the Fulanis in the area is the betrothal and then exchange marriage systems. The exchange. We have a lot of problems on the exchange here. In fact, if your family exchanges a girl, a very young girl, with another family, and you fail to force your child out of school to go and marry as a replacement, that first family will come back for their daughter. Two families meet and then signs a verbal contract on exchanging daughters. At times they do it to strengthen the family bond between the two families.
The Muslim Council for the district says, though they respect the laws of Ghana and human rights, the laws of Islam must also be observed. However, the council is currently insisting that girls be enrolled in schools after marriage.
Woman say your prophet to say 7 years. And think a year. Enka yes yenja sa ina akwada no enkoduru to say ai 18 years and eso ya kire enyina ho a ya prophet chodi ampon atene no say 7 years no obetima aware na wo ba hwe sa oba no sa mbenya nyina ho sa kwapem say 18 years a abanwe ho no se wo ho akwada no betima akoduru wo sa na nwumasua no enu na ehia ma entina aban say yamma wonkoduru 18 years na adwen no aba enso ye hunu kira kronkron mu say 7 years no na adwen aba nti de yebu openi otan no ye betima abu no sa otan nti obetima hu say ahaya bone ahaya papa.
So his argument is that yes, he has been contacted by several organizations, including government, with regards to this issue. But the argument is the Quran educates Muslims that at the age of 7, a child knows right from wrong. Therefore, if state institutions are arguing that a child needs to be 18, their argument is that, well, when they get to 7, they know what is right from wrong. And however, the change in this era is that when you marry a young girl, you actually ensure that she gets the best of education, because as he says, that is the best way that she can survive in this world.
Very few cases have so far been prosecuted, but the director of Shraj for the district says their aim is not to prosecute, but rather to use education and advocacy in the hope of achieving change.
One thing that we realize is, in our attempt to prosecute in these cases, the whole practice went underground. You will not hear it. They will not expose it to you. So we emphasized education, public education and sensitization. But where victims are vandalized, they are dehumanized. There are situations where the victims who resist, there are some, because of our public education, some of the young girls now resist this kind of marriage. But when they are caught, they are beaten and at times denuded in public. At times they even force the man to have sex, and then when she becomes pregnant, then she stays in the marriage, which is really barbaric.
Institutions such as World Vision are making strides at mitigating the issue of early marriages.
We collaborate with Shraj to do it. We are not directly involved. We organized Child Rights Forum. We wanted the children to speak. We wanted to hear them. I was very sad what the children shared, how their parents are forcing them to get involved in relationship with boys so that the boys can support them because the parents are not ready to accept their responsibility.
Most victims who manage to escape take shelter with the organization. The director of World Vision Ghana argues that advocacy would not solve the problem, but rather a call for community action. He explains that institutions must be equipped to enforce the law as required. Death stares these young girls in the face, as early marriages such as theirs are usually accompanied by health complications.
In this district, 1 out of every 6 pregnancies would be women between the ages of 14 and 19. Even worrying, 1 out of 30 of those pregnancies will be between the ages of 10 and 14. So therefore, it is not surprising that we have complications from teenage pregnancies or early marriages. One of the key complications is yes, maternal mortality. There are certain diseases that are associated with the age you get pregnant. For example, very high blood pressure, which we call preeclampsia, resulting in convulsions. Eclampsia is a very difficult maternal condition or complication to manage. So it sometimes results in the death of these innocent young women.
It may be a while before hope rings its bell.
There is a unit now, and a child marriage unit at the Domestic Violence Secretariat in the ministry. That has a 3-year project supported by UNICEF. So they are looking at this issue of early marriage to try and, as much as possible, have it stopped. First of all, it's criminal, and apart from the fact that it's criminal, it's not also good for the children. It's against their rights. Especially, we are looking at communities where we realize the situation is endemic. We are positive that by 3 years, this project is going to work a lot for our Ghanaian children.
Till then, the rights of young girls in this district continue to be abused. Jason Amu for TV3.